The Infiniti EX35 Journey all-wheel drive belongs to a category we've never heard of before, the PLC, and that doesn't mean personal luxury car, it means
personal luxury crossover.
We caught up with Kyle Bazemore of Infiniti at the New York Auto Show.
The EX35 is a great car for empty nesters, families with no children. It's a very right-sized personal luxury crossover, so it's easy to park, but it's also very fun to drive.
Infiniti is Nissan's luxury brand. It famously came to the United States with an ad campaign that didn't show a single car, just trees and rocks and a guy speaking in a monotone. 51 Infiniti dealers opened their doors on November 8, 1989. That was around the same time that Toyota brought out Lexus and Honda brought out Acura. With few exceptions, luxury cars are more profitable for automakers than economy cars. Not that it's all about looks, but a lot of people have said to me, wow, that's a really nice looking vehicle. The EX35 is aimed at people without kids, or if they do have kids, they're still small. This Infiniti EX35 is a nice alternative for people who want the functionality of an SUV, but they don't want the size of a lot of these vehicles. The rear seats flip down at the touch of a button, which is a really nice feature. They won't go down if someone really tall is driving because the driver's seat is just back too far. The seats can then be put back up at the touch of the same button from either the rear of the car or even the center console up front. What's really ingenious is how the 3-point seat belts for the rear seats reintegrate themselves without issue. Anyone who carries cargo and puts the seats in their SUV or their station wagon up and down a lot knows what a pain it can be if the rear seat belts get tangled. From tangled to wrinkled, the EX35 is the first vehicle I've seen with a built-in coat hanger. It's for people who really want to make sure their blazer is not wrinkled when they get to the meeting. The coat hanger just pops up from the rear of the driver's seat. Here's another feature to this car, the bird's eye camera system. It's as if the folks on the space shuttle are up there helping you parallel park. There are cameras all around the car and an icon that depicts your car. It kind of took me a while to figure out how they did it after I realized that there's no way a satellite could see through the roof of my garage. I think. If I'm wrong, Langley, send me a tweet about that. Anyway, there are cameras under the rear view mirrors and under the front and rear bumpers. The computer sticks an icon of your car in the proper color in the middle of the screen. When you're parking, it actually shows you what's around you. But as the lawyers say, do not rely solely on the cameras. In other words, look around you to make sure you're not about to run over Junior or Fluffy. I like the fact that I don't have to take my eyes really off the road, and they're different shapes and sizes. So if it's your car, once you get used to it, you can just tell by touch what it is. It seems like a really good idea. Plus, you don't spill coffee on it. Because a lot of the cars that have the controls down here, I'm always spilling coffee on it.
I-287 East. Then follow I-287 East.
Plus, the interior can be summed up in one word: beautiful. There's not one surface in the Infiniti EX35 that doesn't feel like custom furniture. The Infiniti EX35 Journey all-wheel drive gets 16 in the city and 23 on the highway. The Infiniti navigation system, which is one of the best in the business, now includes a built-in Zagat guide. So not only can you find a restaurant, you can find out what other people think about it before you eat there. It's got a voice button that's very handy. If you're in the car and the navigation's talking, you're talking to somebody else, it's like, well, what did she say? Did you hear? Were you listening?
In about 3.5 miles, follow I-95 south.
So it's nice that we can get her to repeat herself.
In about 3.5 miles, follow I-95 south.
By the way, I think navigation should be standard on most cars, but that's just the opinion of someone who can get lost almost anywhere. I've actually ended up in wrong states, but anyway, back to the Infiniti. The 297 horsepower engine gets you from 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds. The EX35 Journey all-wheel drive starts at $37,400. The price as tested, including the electric folding rear seats and the bird's eye camera system, was about $43,000. I'm Grant Winter, reporting.